youtube.com/Tim Westwood TV.
We're going in. Now understand, we're up at the crib, baby, getting twisted, you know what I mean, doing what we do up in here, chilling. We're up here celebrating, supporting, you know what I mean. Wretch is up here supporting, celebrating.
Yes.
Mercs is up here, Pepstar's up here. Because a big day in the game. Big day in the game. And we've got to recognise that to show our support and love. For my man Ghetts dropping his album March 9th, important day, baby, your born day.
My born
you know
day.
what I mean? So that is definitely a gift. You know what I mean? If people want to give you a present, go buy that joint for themselves, man. That's the ultimate gift, yeah. So we're up here just chilling. You know, we want to get into Ghetts, like, you know, we want to get in...
Pause.
Pause, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, double pause.
Pause, like a big pause, like on the VCR.
Yeah.
So first things first, to get things cracking, my man, you're Wretch, you got a question for the kid?
I just want to know, like, out of all the CDs you've done, I know they're not all albums like 2000 and Life and that, but where do you rate Rebel with a Cause in comparison to all your previous CDs?
Songwriting wise, Rich, I think that it's the best work that I've done to date. But in the ratings, if I was to line up all my CDs, I'm being perfectly honest, I'd put Girl Gospel first, then I'd put Rebel with a Cause. Unique thinks otherwise, but you know, like, time will tell. Like, time always tells. And right now, that's how I'm feeling. But I suppose whatever I'm feeling 5 years later.
Okay, strong question. Okay, question number 2 coming from Mercs. Sorry, is the... Yeah, nicely combed out. Okay. He's got the tash comb ready for the question.
Gee, my question is... Yeah, Westwood tried it. Big up Westwood every time. But listen, my question is, what is your best track on the album? Like, for you?
I'd say Fatherhood.
I like Fatherhood, I've heard that.
Why? I haven't heard it.
What it represents. You know, like that joy, that feeling, they don't get to see that side of me so much, but I'm a human, so I feel these feelings as well, obviously. And it was good to really put that in words on a track. So I say Fatherhood, man, it's always going to represent something deeper.
Okay, and when was the happy addition to the family?
Nearly 2, Wesley, man.
Oh, for real, congratulations, man. Is that your first in the game?
Yeah, that's my first.
Congratulations,
what are you
fam.
saying,
So
Wes?
I'm glad we could celebrate that moment with fatherhood.
That's right.
Yo, Wretch, man.
Another question. Okay, cool. So, to people that are confused as to J Clark, to Ghetts, and to Get Out, I know the difference.
Yeah.
But I want you to bring us through which ones are your favourites at doing what and why.
Yeah, I'd say. So first of all, J Clark, Ghetto, Ghetts. It really represents 3 stages of my career. In the early days, I was Ghetto, obviously, and the styles are very different. I was very I loved radio, so I was very much that energy all the time, like high energy and all the accidental clashes that were happening everywhere. They kept the skill up at the time. And then I say like that transition from like freedom of speech to Don't Phone Me and Sing For Me, that really represents Ghetts in terms of like, do you remember when you brought me to what was that club in West, and I'd done top 3 selected, but even though it's a big tune in my world, I didn't really get it in that environment. So obviously I left there feeling like, right, I need something for when I go and perform, because obviously I'm getting love like from this song and that, but when I go into that environment, it's not doing what I want it to do. So I got that whole Don't Phone Me and Sing For Me, and that just seemed like a reinvention for me at the time. So we went with Ghetts, and that represents that stage of my career. Then obviously my whole period out of the game for a little while, and just in looking back in hindsight, like, where did I go? What did I do wrong? How can I perfect this, and what can I do? You know what I'm saying? So, and then obviously, like I said already, the birth of my daughter, and then that gave me another perspective on life, which you knew about from, you know, exactly. So I got a whole nother perspective while working mid-CD. So it started to make sense to me, like the start's real rebellious, then you get that point in the album which is like hindsight moments of clarity, you get me? And yeah, and that represents J Clark at this stage I'm at now.
Next question from Mercston. He's been doing his research off mic, you know what I mean? Consulting. I think it was on mic, I could hear it quite clearly. So he's been doing his research, he's ready to go in. Are you ready, or a quick comb? You don't want to have a quick comb and adjust? You don't want a quick fix up? You don't want a quick... Quick home. Are you sure?
Trust me.
I respect that.
This is a simple question. Do you feel that your fans on this album, your original fans, will understand this and get this properly? Like the exact message what you're trying to portray?
Yeah, the original fans, and by fans I would say people that got 2000 Alive, Ghetto Gospel, Freedom of Speech, or at least 2 or 3 of them, to really understand there's always been progression from 2000 Alive onward to Ghetto Gospel, onward to Freedom of Speech. You know what I'm saying? Always been a different sound and like bringing something new to the table. So yeah, the people that have been with me from the start, like properly supported, I'd say yeah.
Nice.
So as musical fans, rap fans, grime fans, any type of fans, you know, to support or to buy anything that someone like yourself delivers, why do you find it important for them to buy this album?
It's a story, it represents something, you know what I'm saying? That substance in the album, like I find that when I play the album to people, they really relate to it on something, on another deeper level. Like, so it's I'd say to anyone, you know, if you're interested in great sound music and someone that's being innovative.
Oh.
I always do that. I do that as well.
Innovative.
Innovative.
Yeah, innovative.
Innovative.
Yes.
I got it.
You
Innovative.
said it right the first time.
What he said. Yeah, we're in, you know, so to support like just great sounding music, you know, not even if you want to box it and put it in a category, you can't really do that. Even though I'm going to represent what I represent to my dying day, but it's just someone experimenting, man, and not sounding the same. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even like I can hear the progress in myself where from the last CD and on to the next. You know what I'm saying? It's a story, like it's an autobiography almost. This is just another chapter from it. So yeah, man.
Now Mercston, obviously unprepared.
Wretch is firing it up.
Dig deep, kid. This is going to show more about you than Ghetts.
Bloody hell. Now, obviously, I'm aware because I'm around Ghetts quite a lot. I'm aware that he sat in with a lot of his sessions and wanted to build the music from scratch, the start. Like, tell the fans what made you really want to do that.
You know, it's like
You feel it was so important.
I never really. That's a great question. I never really connect with. Well, I connect, but not 100% with something that someone might send via email. So I really did want to get my hands dirty, so to speak, this time round, just sitting in the sessions and having a point to make. Like, no, I don't really like that sounds, because it's hard through the email. You know how it's like back and forth. But where I was there, I'm like, no, take that out or try it like this. So it's really having that input in my own music. If I could produce, this is what it would sound like. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll go through like 100 sounds and I don't like none of them, and we're there for an hour and he's pissed looking at me like, choose one, man. I'm like, no, it's not right until it feels right. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I get that, like, as soon as I hear something I like, I can just boom, 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 boom. But yeah.
Good question. Now, I would like to ask everyone, like, you know, from those early days at the other station, at the other spot, when on a Sunday we were doing the pre-recording, you know what I mean? We're doing it live and they was all nervous about content and swearing. You know, it was a hectic moment there. But, like, how crazy has this journey been from that moment then? What was that, 4 years ago perhaps? In those short 4 years of like grime as grime, to artists getting signed, artists getting dropped. It's been a crazy journey of like the highs, people having success, people out there cold now, you know, but you've maintained. Like you've just maintained as Ghetts. Do you know what I mean? You kept strong. So we are praying that this is your moment now, because you've maintained in this grime world.
Yeah, man.
I mean, what's your take on this music, this journey that we've been on for these last 4 years with like London music?
I think it's definitely been new to all of us, because I'm sure standing beside these two and even beside yourself, like when you first stepped in a rave and you first pressed play on a tune and the crowd went nuts and you didn't think you was going to get that reaction to when you got your first reload and yourself. I think it's always something that you're never expecting. Do you know what I mean? And it's brand new at the time. But then what happens is you kind of get used to things and you want to push yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, it gets to the stage where you've got 1 million reloads and you're like, okay, now I want people to enjoy my body of work, and you're like, now I want people to enjoy my whole musical DJ set. Do you know what I mean? And for us, I think it's been nice to see that people have kind of evolved from just wanting to hear 4 bars of ours to wanting to hear a whole CD, and I think that's in actual fact where we all wanted it to go. Do you know what I mean? So
he's bang on with that, you know. It's just it's the progress.
Exactly. You said it. You said everything right.
You just get you get to that point where you used to want to be, and then you can see further from that point. Like every step or so, like you can see further. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's true.
So
it's true, because obviously a body of work, it shows all your emotions through, like, if it's 16 tunes on an album or whatever. You may be happy one day you might be sad, but it's good for you to be able to voice that, and for people that you're giving the music or selling the music to, for them to be able to follow you on a journey also, and feel your emotions with you. Like, it's good. That body of work is important.
You sound like you practiced that.
No, that's straight from the heart, B.
Man, G.
Come on.
I mean, does anyone here miss them old days?
I miss being extra prepared.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like G saying today, just come through, like, don't even worry about spitting. I'm just gonna come and, you know, just
chill in the
just be
background.
here and chill out like we normally would. You know what I mean? But had it have been 2 or 3 years ago, I'd have had a million things to say. But now I'm like working on the album, and it's like when I write a freestyle, I'll ring, yo Wes, I'm coming through. I've got something new. Do you know what I mean? So I think I miss being super prepared and just being on my toes, even though I kind of am if I have to. But that's what I miss the most.
What do you miss, G?
Nah, we get them still. No, but the way the scene was before, I guess I missed the artist-fan relationship. It's like they cared much more, you know what I'm saying, about like what was going on with people where they're from. Because at the end of the day, the artists that are from their areas, they represent them. So I miss that relationship that we used to have when everyone used to support each other on that scale. You know what I'm saying? It looked strong. It was a movement. So I just missed that.
Now, I think I miss mainly, obviously, when everyone started, it wasn't about like the money or wherever you could get to. It was about the art form. And do you know what I mean? You want to go there, you want to prove that you can sustain a certain level around different MCs, and you're always on your toes. But now you have to think more about your song choices if you're trying to connect with radio or whatever. So I think it will be good now for us to, I don't know, have some people like from where we've come from in higher positions, so that the music that we actually do want to put out there, we can believe in that and do that and make a change, rather than you feeling like, you know, if you put out something that you really like from your heart, it might not be able to help you to feed your family, which is important. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I miss.
So what would you say, you know, in this scene that is like really frustrating you, where you're really missing, that could help? Like, what would you like to see fixed that could help you guys on your journey to get to where you need to go?
I'm going to look at the camera for this. I think it's extremely important for the supporters to support the hell out of shit, because you have to understand, like, the artists are only going to go as far as you put them. Because I can sit in my yard, or G or Mercs or anyone in here can sit in their yard and write 1 million bars. If we put that up on YouTube and nobody clicks it, it's a fail and it's pointless. If we put that up on iTunes and nobody buys it, it's a fail and it's pointless. So I'm the type of the reason why I can say this, because I'm a fan. Like, when G's thing comes out, I'm going to go to HMV and I'm going to buy the physical. I'm going to sit at iTunes and I'm going to buy the digital as well, and I'm going to listen to it throughout, and I'm going to go to the show. And if he's got a hat, I'm going to buy a hat, and if there's a t-shirt, I'm going to buy the t-shirt. And it's important for everyone to have that same mentality, because without that support system, the artist is destined to fail, because that means we're just doing music for ourselves and whoever lives in our house, which is pointless. We've all got families to feed. Like, when you go to work, you wouldn't work a month for free. So for artists to work, how long did it take you to make this album?
About a year and a half.
For artists to work a year, imagine going a year and a half unpaid work. Like, it isn't like that. This doesn't seem fathomable. Like, it doesn't seem realistic. It's not realistic. So when someone's putting their heart and soul into into music or into a disc or into a video, we just got to support it. Support the ones you like. I'm not saying buy something if you think it's crap. Forget that. Fuck that. Don't buy something if you think it's shit. But you're a fan of that artist. You want to see him propel. You want to see him get bigger and bigger. Support the hell out of the thing, man. That's the only thing I can say. Oh yeah.
He hit the nail on the head. I don't have nothing to say to that there. What are you saying, G?
That's a wrap, fam.
It's a wrap.
Cool. It's a wrap. Man like Westwood. All this banter every day, Westwood. What about your t-shirts, fam?
Big up Westwood though. Big up Westwood.
T-shirts, West.
Always.
Just on a reminisce, I think that time in Malia, I think that time in Malia for that era, man, was probably one of the greatest moments for that era. I feel Malia, us hanging out there, like it was just so that was just so much fun. Like it was, you know what I mean? That shit was just, that to me, if I've got like memories back to that era, I thought that was just the craziest times, man. And the videos which had come from there. I mean, our regret was around the pool that we didn't have a camera there.
Oh yeah.
Because that shit was hilarious
when we was
beyond belief. Hilarious beyond belief.
About your t-shirts.
Well, I only remember.
And nothing ain't changed.
No, I had to hide in a fridge. My security could not deal with Ghetts Skepta, and he said quite clearly, didn't he? He said like any superstar status is out of the window right now. I'm punching you guys in the face like this, and he still couldn't manage it. It was real. It was the most fun that.
Like
yeah,
Westwood,
we had a lot of fun in those days, man, and a lot of hot moments, man. And I feel some of those moments ain't around no more.
You saying they're gonna come back though, Westwood?
Let's see, man. March 9th, kids, support.
March 9th.
What's it? March 9th, Rebel of a Cause. You're done now. Get the app. That's very important. If you haven't got the app at the moment, download the app. You can go to the app store, type in GHETTS. The app Rebel of a Cause comes up. My show, headline show, is March the 14th. Catch us down there, man. It's gonna be a whopper. Done now.
YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV.